Hope you're all having a super fantastic sparkling day. Oops, excuse me. Too many fizzy drinks. Excuse me. Welcome to Porchlight Letters podcast number 2350. Today we are going to be talking about common beginner mistakes with AI content. But first, I have some personal update. So, I was getting the email ready to send to the property management company with the stuff that I had found that was missed during inspection. And believe me, it was a very detailed report that they sent me with tons and tons of photographs, but very, very detailed. But there was a couple of things that we noticed, and so we've asked them to fix. And I had to run outside to take a picture of the front garden because I have, turn around and show you. I have this tree, which is kind of wild and probably never been pruned, and next to it is a dead tree. So we kind of need those fixed up. So we sent that off to them. That was just one of the, so I ran outside to take pictures of that. And as I was coming back in, I went out through the back door. I noticed on the front porch there was something laying down there was something on the porch by the master bedroom door. And so I came inside, I went down there and I peeked around the curtain and it was a dead bird. Oh my God. I was like, no. And it was either a black, I think it was a blackbird. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't get close enough to look. It was close enough. It was right outside the door. I was at one end of the thing looking back at it. And I have this thing about dead critters. So I got on the phone and I sent a text to my mum and dad saying, help, I've got this dead bird that's on the porch outside of the master bedroom sliding door. Help. And they called up and said, what do you want to do? I said, get rid of it. I said, I don't know what to do. I've got no way to dispose of this thing. And I have this thing against dead critters. And my mum said, like, why do you have this thing against dead critters? It might have had something to do with, as a teenager, having the traumatic experience as a teenager of having to clean up the half-eaten dead critters, birds, rats, mice, that our cat used to capture and leave laying over the yard. And I would have to go down there with a long-handed shovel, pick it up on that thing, walk it to the back of the backyard, and throw it over the fence into the swamp area. It grossed me out like you cannot imagine. It was, and I don't have a shovel. I don't have a swamp area. And so my loving parents were absolutely amazing. They came to my rescue. They even stopped off at Ray's Fries and Pies and got me a steak and cheese pie. They got themselves some filled rolls and came over and sat and had lunch with me. Excuse me. And then there was some stuff that Dad had done. Like he'd made this pole to go into the closet to hold the rod up. You know how you've got that rod that you hang everything on? This one's it sags a little bit in the middle. And I don't have a lot of clothes in there right now and it's already sagging. So he made this pole that helps support the rod. And so he installed that and it's perfect. It's now because I was thinking, well, I don't have very many clothes in there. And so they don't weigh a lot, but I've got more coming. I've got like a couple of closet boxes, 2 or 3 closet boxes coming with all the stuff on their hangers. Where the heck are they going to go if I can't put them in there because of the weight? So that problem has now been solved. And there's a couple of other things that he had done as well. So, I'm very happy to have them come over. So we ended up having lunch together and getting the bird taken care of. They've disposed it on the way. That was my traumatic experience of the morning. But thankfully, Mum and Dad came, and I thought, if I was in Arizona, what the hell would I do? What would I do? I didn't have a long shovel thing. I had no swamp area. All I had was gravel. And at the time, I had a dog that probably would have eaten anything that was dead. But after she passed, it would have been probably a little easier to do. But I was like, what would I have done? Yeah, so I'm very thankful to have parents that can come over and help out with it. This is kind of one of the cool things about being back home again too, is that they're only 10 minutes away by car, 10, 15 minutes away by car. But anyway, okay. And so another thing, because I really, really wanted something other to drink than water, I pulled out my second can of the day of LMP. This is LMP. It's written around the bottom here. I don't know if you can see this. World famous in New Zealand. How cool is that? And LMP stands for lemon and pyro. It's written right here, lemon and pyro. And if you can't read it, it says good lemony stuff. And it is. How it got started was they used the spring water in Pyro, which is a town in New Zealand. In fact, when you go there is a great big bottle of LMP somewhere down there. Hang on, take a sip. And it says on the can, it says Who knows what awesome good lemony stuff goes into the taste of LMP? Well, we do, but we're not blabbing. What we can tell you is that LMP is a classic drink that's been refreshing New Zealanders since ages ago, when some brilliant spark in Pyra first created, bottled, and whacked an LMP. Oh, sorry, whacked a label on it. LMP, drink it when you're thirsty. Like maybe right now. Yum. That's what it says on the back of the can. But I love this stuff. And originally it used to be the spring water from Pyra mixed with some lemon, and I'm guessing a little bit of sugar, but that was about it. Today they have, I'm going to go one way to read it for the light. Carbonated water, sugar, food acid, and flavored and mineral salts. So I guess we don't get the Pyro spring water anymore, but it still tastes good. And it's still refreshing and quenches the thirst. Okay, so now what are we supposed to be talking about today? Common beginner, blah, 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 blah. Common beginner mistakes with AI content. Most AI mistakes happen before the content is even created. This is so true. You're thinking of things and you're trying to think how you're going to word it and everything else. And the mess happens. It starts here. What am I going to say? What am I going to ask? And things like that. And when I was working with AI to create this list for today, there was a lot of stuff on here that you're going to hear that, yeah, I totally did these as a beginner. But now that I have wisened up and I have learned more about AI, I'm not making these mistakes as much as I used to. Excuse me. Do some of them I still make? Yeah, I still make a couple of these every now and again because I forget. Okay, so some of the key points is publishing AI output without editing. Always, 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 always proofread what AI writes. Fact check it before you publish it, because sometimes they do make little mistakes. They might let a word out, or they have a sentence that doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound like you, and you need it flipped around a little bit. Or you might just go in there and retype it and it's good to go. Using vague prompts and expecting strong results. Yes, I used to use such stupid prompts. Now I have learned to be more specific, more descriptive in what it is that I want, instead of just saying, create this picture, blah, blah. Although I will admit, last week and this morning, I actually went in and I gave it a very simple one sentence. I said, create an image for our mastermind group that says this. And it came back with the most amazing design. I was like, wow. And so I sent it off to Casey. Says, hey, I just created this and created this morning on AI. What do you think? And he was sort of like, he loved it. And so I went in this morning and created one for the whole, because one was for the open office. This one was, the one I created today was for our mastermind group with our tagline on it. And it turned out really cool. So I was very, very happy about that. If you're looking at the angle of my room, because I just saw somebody like query that, I'm still in the same room. I've just switched angles so I get more natural light on my face, because I have no lamp to put over in the corner over there to get that. So anyway, I know, I just got to deal with it. I know. So yes, sometimes using vague prompts will give you what you need, but most of the time you've got to go in with a strong prompt that's on point, descriptive, and not just generalized. It has to be specific. And that way you'll get the strong results that you want. Prioritizing speed over strategy. Yeah. Some people are sort of like, well, I've got to get this done. And there's a lot of stuff out there that's advertised. Oh, go in and just put in this prompt here. Excuse me. This is how I made X number of dollars. And you go in and you put in, and go in and put this prompt in here. And this is what I did with it, blah, blah, blah. And they do it in like seconds on the thing. But when you actually go and do it in practicality and reality, it takes a long time. Yes, there is strategy involved, because there's places where you have to change out their phrasing for your phrasing, or for your niche market, for your for the type of audience that you are trying to attract. You need to change some of the prompts around and things like that. Some people don't care about that. They just copy and paste. Boom, they're done. It's speed. A number of times I hear people, oh, can you post the prompt that you use, please? Can you post the prompt for this? Yeah, but if I put my prompt in there It's for me and my audience. You have to go change it for you and your audience and make it sound more like you. So speed over strategy is not a good way to go. Yes, if you want to get it to market fast, I guess, and then you can go back and put the strategy in there. But brainstorm with your AI about how best to strategize this and get the stuff out. Another point is ignoring what the audience needs. You're just working on what you need and what you want and the results that you want, but you're forgetting that nobody's going to buy unless it appeals to them, because people buy one thing and one thing only, and that is a solution. They have a problem, they need a solution. I'm out of toothpaste, I need to get more toothpaste. The problem is I run out of toothpaste, I need to get more toothpaste as a solution. How can you survive? And a lot of times people are doing the advertising out there without their clients or potential clients in mind. They're not taking a pain that somebody has. Here is my green pen. It's run out of ink. I need a new green. The problem is I need a new green pen. We're talking green ink pen. Sorry, green ink pen. Here is my yellow gel highlighter. It has run out of gel. I need a new highlighter, new gel highlighter. My can of LMP is empty. I need a new can of LMP. What is the problem? I can't, some people have problems sleeping. You provide the solution for that. What do you provide the solution? What is the problem and what's the solution? This is also part of the strategy when you're strategizing with the AI on how best to get your stuff out there. Yes, AI has helped cut a lot of time out on our planning and our strategizing and things like that. And they can help strengthen your strategy if you work with it and are specific and aren't worried about the speed. And don't ignore what your audience needs. They have what solution do you provide for them? That's the only thing they're going to buy, is a solution. And treating AI as a replacement instead of a tool. AI is a tool for you to utilize to help you get the message across that you want to get. The last 16 days, because this is day 16 of the AI content. So for the last 16 days, we've been talking about how AI is an assistant. It is not a replacement. It can assist you in getting tasks done. It can assist you with strategizing. It can assist you with brainstorming. I am so there with brainstorming. I don't know how many brainstorming sessions I have in my chat GPT, but I have a lot. It can assist you with a lot of stuff. It is not a replacement. And this matters because generic content erodes credibility and engagement over time. If you're posting generic content without a strategy, if you're using vague prompts, if you're publishing without editing the stuff, without going back, your credibility is going to start going down the tank. You're going to start, that is so good. It was nice and ice cold. Sorry. Yes. So your generic content is going to erode your credibility over time and engagement over time. You want to increase your credibility. You want to increase your engagement. You need to fact check and edit anything AI writes for you. You want to use good, strong prompts with specific details. You want to strategize with, you want to prioritize strategy over speed instead of speed over strategy. You want to make sure you include your audience and audience's needs. What is their problem and what is the solution that you provide? And you want to treat it as a tool, AI as a tool, not as a replacement. You do that, you're going to get good, strong content coming out that you can post and be proud of, and not post and go, oh, I forgot to proofread. And I will admit I did that with a blog this morning. I totally forgot to proofread it. But I have since gone back and proofread it. And thankfully, I didn't have to change anything. So that was a good thing. But it doesn't always work that way. Okay, I'm still learning some of the beginner mistakes. I still create some of the beginner mistakes. And I'm constantly learning about this. Every day I learn something new. And your practical takeaway for today is slow down enough to guide AI clearly and edit everything before posting. And if you want support using AI without losing your voice, send us a PM. We will help you keep your voice and the content to where you want it to be. AI amplifies clarity or confusion. You just amplifies clarity or confusion. You just have to decide which. And with that, we are out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening.